Welcome to Power of Mind. We hope that you enjoy. Today we will be discussing the magic of water. Did you know that water has no enemies? The people of the ancient world, including Hindustan, have been using water as a vessel for many epochs. This can be from one medium to another or from one place to another. It stems from the word vassal. For example, when the Moors came from Africa, invaded, and ruled most of Europe from 711 AD until the fall of Granada in 1492 AD, they would appoint native Europeans as a vassal to represent them and use them as a go-between when dealing other city-states. Their rule lasted for a total of 781 years. Even to this day, the majority of the world still uses Arabic numerals because of them. Now ask yourselves, other than water, how else would one carry the charge of solar light from Ra, the name the people of Kemet gave to our home star, to a third party? This happens naturally as the sun, or Ra, radiates information and heat in the form of light codes throughout our solar system. To all of you that are vegetarians or vegans, try to imagine that all life on this planet gets its signature from its parent, yes, but its fuel comes from the sun or water. Yes, there are creatures that live on Earth that have never seen the sun. Creatures in the depths of the ocean and those far beneath the ground. Even mushrooms don't need light to grow. They can use it, of course, but they don't need it. They can use darkness just fine. What they need is water. Sun gazing is the process of cutting out the middleman, so to speak, beginning with a small interval of 3 or 5 seconds, depending on how much melanin you naturally have in your eyes. One drinks the sunlight directly. The more melanin a person has, the darker their skin, eyes, hairs, etc. But this same gift that protects us from Ra also reduces our ability to produce vitamin D in response to solar light. So people with darker skin need more time in the sun to produce the same amount vitamin D as people with lighter skin. The sun, or Ra, is the masculine that projects in turn. Mother Earth takes the solar energy and distributes throughout all life living within her womb. Just a woman does. The sun, or Ra, is the masculine that projects in turn. Mother Earth takes the solar energy and distributes throughout all life living within her womb. Just a woman does. Sun-charged water process. Fill a clear glass container with clean filtered water. Place the container in direct sunlight for several hours. Masaru. In Japanese culture, the surname or family name comes first, as the family name carries more weight than the person. Intend for the water Dr. Masaru Emoto's water experiment involved exposing water to various words, images, and after charging, store the water in a cool place and use it for drinking, cleansing, or energizing. Using these techniques, Emoto proved his theory that water absorbs, retains, and retransmits human emotions. Place the jar outside. The proof was evident within the resulting ice crystals as a reflection of the water's additives, or focusing on what energy or purpose you wish to infuse into it. Allow it to charge overnight, ensuring it remains in the moon's light. If desired, add crystals, herbs, or sigils to enhance its potency, ensuring safety for intended use. Retrieve the jar before sunrise to preserve the moon's energy. Store the moon water in a dark place or use it immediately for rituals, drinking, if safe, or cleansing. Sun-charged water process. The lunar decans and zodiac arrangements influence the water's properties. For example, Lecanomancy, one of the oldest recorded forms of divination, was performed by magicians within ancient Babylonia. Two versions of this style of divination were recorded. Some court magicians would use inductive lecanomancy, whereby the magician or priest would observe patterns of oil within water to predict the future. However, intuitive lecanomancy is thought to have developed out of this, which merely required the magician to interpret ripples on the water through meditation. There are also reports of inductive lecanomancy being used by the Mesopotamians, though they'd often substitute flour for oil. In the Old Testament, a form of lecanomancy was used by Joseph in Egypt, Genesis 44:5. Isn't this the cup my master drinks from and also uses for divination? This is a wicked thing you have done. The Catawba people, a Native American tribe that have lived in the southeastern United States for over 6,000 years, practices lecanomancy differently. A bowl of water is placed by a deceased person's head. On the third day of the bowl being present, the deceased's family studies the bowl for ripples, and these ripples are then interpreted or deciphered to determine the whereabouts soul of the deceased. Have you ever heard the phrase, emotions put matter in motion? Probably not. Materialists will tell you that the world of matter is all that matters. Not true at all. We, as living beings, know better. Just think to yourself about your own experiences. Remember what you've been through and what you've witnessed with your own eyes as others have experienced life in front of you. Being startled causes your pulse to raise. Watching a scary movie does that to you without physical contact. Likewise, too much emotional stimulation can cause a heart attack or stroke. The result is physical, not the cause. The physical world is the world of results. This is not the plane of causation. Matter occurs in 4 states: solids, liquids, gases, and plasma. Often, the state of matter of a substance may be changed by adding or removing heat energy from it. For example, the addition of heat can melt ice into liquid water and turn that water into steam. Therefore, water can exist in 4 states: solid, liquid, gas, and a 4th phase that is sometimes called gel or liquid crystalline. Yes, that's right. Crystals are a form of water. Not all of them, mind you. We humans have various crystalline structures in our blood that form and deconstruct for a multitude of different reasons. Did you know that? All humans naturally have magnetite crystals in the brain. Potential benefits include perception. Magnetite may help the brain detect and process magnetic fields. Memory. Magnetite may help store information in the brain. Some researchers think that magnetite clusters in neuron membranes store memories. Navigation. Magnetite may help with navigation, similar to how magnetite in magnetotactic bacteria helps them navigate. Potential harms include neurodegenerative disease. Magnetite may contribute to neurodegenerative disease by interfering with neural synapses, brain cell degradation. Magnetite may make brain cells more susceptible to degradation. Grounding, the practice of making direct physical contact with the earth and allowing it to properly align your personal magnetic field, because we all have one. This has been proven to counteract electron deficiency syndrome, which is an imbalance in the body's natural electrical charge that contributes to various health disorders by providing a source of free electrons from the earth to the body, essentially acting as a way to recharge the body's natural electrical system. Grounding is an important aspect of some Chinese martial arts such as Qigong that refers to an overall practice of energy cultivation through mindful movement and breathing, while Neigong specifically refers to the internal aspect of Qigong, such as the focusing on the manipulation of energy within the body through mental intention instead of visible physical movements, essentially. And again, grounding is so effective because our bodies are majority water. While that is the cesse of many training, after you surpass the introductory level, you can get into the more occult aspects of the martial arts, which most Westerners do not. Imagining training your brain to recognize the subtle pushes and pulls of the Earth's natural electromagnetic field in conjunction with your own. Imagine being able to extend your field to interact with others. This process is made possible by cutting off your sense of sight for a time. It is the dominant sense for most of us, and so we focus on that, and the others die a little at a time. This is why training takes place in dark, secluded areas like caves. This is why Master Mantak Chia holds darkroom training in complete darkness for weeks at a time. Not only to begin to pay attention to the sleeping parts of you, entirely new parts of you will grow. Yes, it is possible for the brain to regrow, repair, brain synapses. We know this already from the multiple research studies done on the effects of psilocybin on the human brain. What I'm speaking of is growing entirely new brain synapses. Your eyes are a part of your brain. Imagine being able to see in the dark. The eyes are affected because the brain is affected. All of this is in relation to water. I know many of you are listening and thinking to yourselves that it cannot be that simple. Why not? This has been a lunar subconscious mind energy aligning via information sharing. We thank you for giving us your attention, your time, and your energy. This is the power of mind.